The Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis is your award-winning Ski-Doo, Sea-Doo, and Can-Am dealer. From the water to the trails, don't take your next trip without visiting the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis. From sales and service to rentals and accessories, the Fish and Hunt Shop in Curtis has everything you need for your next great adventure. The Fish and Hunt Shop on Main Street in Curtis or online at fishandhuntshop.com.
It's tick season across Michigan, and with warmer weather, the chances of coming across the tiny parasites which can transmit Lyme disease is higher. Here are 4 tips to protect yourself against ticks while enjoying the Michigan outdoors. 1. Avoid areas with high grass or wooded brushy areas. Ticks are often found on low forest vegetation. 2. Use insect repellents on exposed skin and clothing. Repellents with 20% or more in DEET can be used on skin, while permethrin can be used on clothes and shoes. 3. Wear long sleeves, long pants, and tall socks and keep them tucked in. Light-colored clothing makes ticks easier to spot. 4. Conduct a full-body check after being outside. Pay special attention to the armpits, behind the knees, scalp, inside the belly button, and groin. Following these tips can help you fight the bite while enjoying your time in the outdoors.
Welcome in to a special weekend edition of Sports Chat. Dan Hardbrook, glad to have you along. It's fresh from the pages of the Newberry News and M123 FM. Every episode of Sports Chat, we take a look at the local sports scene, the latest and greatest of what's happening from our local area programs and student athletes. What a big week it was this past week for the Newberry Indians athletic teams in the spring sports season. They are already hitting their stretch run, winding down what has been a wild and fun ride in the 2023-2024 school year. All eyes now on tournament time as baseball and softball get ready for districts. Track heads into regionals, looking to qualify athletes for the UP finals later on this year. Golf has officially teed off as well. So much going on and so much to get to. Let's go back to last Monday night in Brimley, starting off the brand new week with baseball and softball conference action. Always interesting when the Brimley Bays and the Newberry Indians get together on the ball diamond, a baseball rivalry that has been budding, and a softball showdown that left jaws dropped in a high-scoring affair. You know, the Newberry Lady Indians have often been overlooked when it comes to the softball season, but not so fast, my friends, as the great Lee Corso would say. Coach Dake and the Lady Indians looking to snap a near 3-season-long losing streak in Straits Area Conference play, and they did that Monday night in a big offensive explosion. What a night it was, Game 2 of that conference doubleheader at Brimley last Monday night, as the Lady Bays and Lady Indians combined, get this, 33 runs. It came down to the bottom of the 7th inning when Amelia Shanley stepped up and she came through, slapping a single up the middle, just under the second baseman's glove and into the outfield. Lady Indians round the bases, they come home, and they walk off with a 17-16 win. It was the first Lady Indians conference softball win in nearly 3 seasons. Did not pick up a win last year or the year before in conference play, only winning their non-conference contests. But the Lady Indians making a major statement, played tough in game number 1. Some controversy there may have cost the Lady Indians a shot at the sweep, but now they carry momentum. And they're a little bit rested, taking the rest of this past week off due to some cancellations and reschedules. Lady Indians will be back in action for another big conference showdown against the Sheboygan Lady Chiefs on Monday. Congratulations to Coach Bruce Dake and his Lady Indian softball team. Their first win of this season, a big 17-16 thriller at Brimley last Monday night. If you missed any of that action or want to read more about it, check out the most recent edition of the Newberry News. Meanwhile, over on the baseball diamond, things have been rough for the Newberry baseball program. I can say that. I'm their coach, and a lot of that is on me. Have not put a young squad in the best position to compete. but the Newberry boys baseball team has overcome a lot of hurdles, a lot of challenges. It's been as tough mentally as it has been physically or competitively. The baseball team turned a major page on Monday night, battling Brimley tough twice. Ignore the score in the first game, shows a 16-1 final, but the Indians were right in it early. Could have got out of the first inning down just 1-0, but a minor mistake blossomed into a big inning for the Bays. Got a bases-loaded gap shot double to clear them from their number 9 hitter. Indians' error meant that several unearned runs went on the board in the first inning. Things got out of control, but the Newberry baseball team did not lay down. They came battling back, turned the page, and went into game number 2 behind young freshman pitcher Cade Schrader. Indians battled the Bays tough in the second game of the doubleheader. Again, one play away from getting out of the opening inning in just a 1-0 contest. Newberry even struck first there, got the offense going early. Was a 5-2 battle all the way through the first 3 innings of the ball game. Indians, in their first competitive contest of the season, started to press, make a couple of mistakes again. Brimley would pull away. But the story of the day would be the resilience of the Newberry baseball team. They kept fighting back. Down that 5-2 early deficit, they put more pressure on. After Brimley broke open the lead, looked like they were going to run away with another contest. This was do or die time for the Indians. Baseball team in previous contests let those tough stretches blow up and games get ended early. This time, no. They put their chips on the table. They battled right back again. Several big hits and contributions from the offense. Middle of the Indians order consisting of guys like Ethan Pavey, Levi Mackey, Jude Taylor, and Matthew Lubkert all contributed solid days. The role players came through big in the clutch. An intense battle. Both teams going back and forth at each other, both on the field and in the dugout. Indians kept battling back, fell just short, though, as they ran out of time. They fell 14-7, but 3 different times. Cut leads of 5 or more runs down to a couple. Indians showing their improvement. Short-handed again. The baseball team, that's been another theme of their season. They'll have low numbers Monday when they take on Sheboygan in a Straits Area Conference doubleheader. It's the final conference baseball and softball games this coming Monday. Back at home at the Charles Road Complex. Doubleheaders both starting at 4:15. Come down, cheer on the team. Check out what they are all about as the Lady Indians are coming off a win. Boys baseball hoping it's their turn to break through on Monday night. Good luck to the baseball and softball teams as they head into action on Monday. No question, the hottest team in the spring season, but that Newberry boys track squad. They continue to compete and contend, improving their times and putting themselves on the short list of teams to watch later this spring's UP Finals. A Division III favorite, Newberry boys track team sent another message on Tuesday when they headed to Engadine to take on some of the best from around the Eastern UP in the annual Frank Formolo Invitational. Newberry boys won the meet last year. They did so again this season. Newberry boys track going back to back. Congratulations to Coach Drew Schultz and company as they repeat as the meet winners at the Formolo Invitational. Solid performance by the throwers, Pavey, Taylor, Gabe Luck in the shot put. Liam Nillette slinging that discus halfway from Engadine to Nobbinway. On the track, Kennedy Depew had another three-peat performance as he's become one of the top sprinters on the season. The Indians were even sparked by the return of junior standout Matthew Rahali. Rahali's been shut down for most of the spring season, battling a wrist injury that he suffered late in the basketball season. Rahali will require surgery at some point, but until then, he's laced his spikes back up and contributing both in field events and some running races. Rahali helped lead the charge as well. He placed in 3 different events as the Indians go back-to-back, winning their second straight Frank Formula Invitational. Lady Indians just missed one of the top spots in the team scores, but one individual had a standout performance to remember. There's a new record holder in the Newberry girls 800-meter run. Freshman Abby Taylor setting the new school mark. She blasted through her 2 laps at the Frank A. Salzider Memorial Field in record-breaking time, snapping a Newberry mark that had been in place since 2016. Congratulations to Taylor. If you want to read more about her record-breaking performance, you can check out our Newberry News Facebook page. We'll have more information as well on that record-breaking performance coming up in next week's edition. But Abby Taylor is now the new girls 800-meter record holder. Congratulations to her on her great performance. Boys and girls track teams wrapped up their weeks in Munising. Friday night, they were under the lights. 17 different schools participating, over 1,300 different entries. It was a UP Finals preview, and you can check out full results from the Munising Under the Lights Invitational. We go into superiortiming.com or athletic.net. We'll have a full recap of that race in the upcoming edition of the Newberry News. So a big week for the Newberry spring sports teams. They continue their push, and let's take a look at what's on tap this coming week in the spring sports schedule. Monday, baseball and softball, as we told you, it's a Straits Area Conference showdown, doubleheader action at the Charles Road Complex. Baseball and softball doubleheaders will start at 4:15. Track scheduled to be in Bark River Harris for a Broncos Invitational on Monday. That'll give them one last chance to take on some West End competition, prep themselves for regionals on a rubberized track. Unknown if the Indians will follow through and compete in that event, coming off some injuries and some illness in that Munising Invitational. See what the weekend has in store for them, but track scheduled to be at Bark River Harris on Monday. The big one is coming your way Friday, though. Next Friday night in St. Ignace, it's the MHSA Division III Track and Field Regionals, the qualifying event for the UP Finals. Newberry slotted in Division III, top 3 individual finishers and the top 2 relay teams from the field will all qualify for a trip to Kingsford June 1st and be participants in this year's Upper Peninsula Track and Field Finals. I like to call it the Olympics of the high school sports scene in the Upper Peninsula. Baseball and softball, looking ahead at the rest of the week after that Monday doubleheader, the softball team will be taking on Superior Central on Thursday, while baseball will travel to Negaunee. As always, follow the latest updates and information online, Facebook, Newberry News, M123 FM, or each and every Wednesday, pick up your copy of your award-winning Newberry News. And of course, we will be back with you again with another episode soon. This is Sports Chat. I'm Dan Hardenbrook with M123 FM, the Newberry News.